I do want to have a quick conversation about AI. I've been thinking about it a lot lately, primarily thinking about comparing it to what I think of as ecological intelligence and how neural networks, even though they may share some metaphorical similarities with the way we think that brains work, neuroscientifically, it's not the same thing. It's just categorically a different kind of thing because it is in fact computational as opposed to relational. However, I've been dealing with this one called Claude, which is an anthropic AI lately, and asking it really tough questions, like the kinds of questions that I really want to be having with other human beings, but I'm asking it. And it's forcing me to come up with really concise ways of framing. And it's coming back with, I know what it's doing. I know how it's just building sentences probabilistically and it's using language and syntax. And I know that emergence is happening. I know. That said, it is really helping. It's helping me clarify my own inner logic, my own inner vision, my own inner imaginative space that it doesn't have access to, but can help me. And so there is a developmental process that's going on between myself and the AI. Now, I know that I could also use this same AI to write an essay and I could submit it to somebody as my own work, in which case there would be no development. There would be no intellectual exchange or growth in myself. I don't know if there would be in the AI or not, but I know there would be none in me. However, with the way I'm using it, by asking it tough questions and then digesting its output, it's fun and I feel its productivity. I feel it helping me. Earlier in this conversation, I used the word psychological inertia. That comes straight from the AI. I know those words. I know what inertia is. I know what psychological is. But it has given me that idea of psychological inertia, which is so core to this work, dealing with the weight of psychological inertia. And so it's just really helpful. Anyway, so aside from just criticizing it for not being ecological, I can make it ecological by putting it into a relationship with my intelligence. And I think that that's hopeful. I think that therein lies the promise of it and not just the peril of it. And I wonder if anyone else is experiencing this, thinking about this, or has any interest in any of this.
Yeah, for me, the little problem we have right now with AI is a learning model based on one culture, which is an Occidental culture, and other culture languages are missing. And they have to be also taken in consideration because it's exactly the same problem as biodiversity and cultural diversity. We lose biodiversity parallel to lose cultural diversity. And it's very important to re-inject this knowledge and these languages and this way of thinking inside the AI, from my point of view.
That's incredibly important. And the word you used, the action verb, was inject. How? How do we inject it?
Well, if you don't have a database, if you don't digitalize the information, you cannot use it.
Well, but we
That's the
can, but we
thing.
can, but we can still inject the intelligence that we hold in the culture we create using it. For example, so when I interact with it, and I in some sense force it into spewing out ecological intelligence, and then I bring that intelligence to culture. That's a form of injection. That's a form of injecting it, reciprocating exactly.
Mm.
And I'm an occidental creature, but I'm not really. I'm an ecological creature. I'm an anomaly. I live in an
Mhm.
occidental culture, but I've always resisted it and kept my groundedness to an indigenous an indigenous way of being. So there is a way to do it, and it's up to us to do it. It's really up to us to do it. It's our responsibility to do it. And I'm just proposing it as a way to inject it.